Wonderlands, why have you done this to us? First off, I have to say, Wonderlands is an amazing game at its core and generally one of my favorites in the franchise, but in its current state, a lot has become muddy and unwanted. The stale grind of DLC and the focus on content revolving around these ideas of just doing run after run after run, whether it be Chaos Chamber and now the new DLCs, is easily becoming redundant and old. I will say the new DLC was a step in the right direction in terms of overall changes, one being the vending machines in the Chaos Chamber, and I'm not talking about the legendary items in it, they can do away with it. Just the fact that you can declutter the ground and sell unwanted loot is huge. The amount of gear and money that gets wasted through the barf bunnies was absurd. At its core, Wonderlands has a great base model and a fantasy world that is amazing and can easily be built off of. With many avenues of character and storytelling that a game of this style has, they have currently missed the mark. I do think, however, they might not have anticipated the growth and engagement Wonderlands was going to receive, and with pre-planned and probably nearly finished post-launch content, they have to push it out because that's currently what they have prepared in terms of content. I think they are listening to us and understanding where we are coming from as a community and are going to create something bigger, more enjoyable, and in-depth once season 1 is done, but that can be speculation. However, I do think they need to put out some kind of info, throw us a bone here if you will, even a roadmap showcasing future plans so we can have an understanding of where the game is headed. Transparency is key, and we haven't had much transparency. Maybe they were planning this already, we don't know, we will have to see what happens. The change Wonderlands has compared to any in the franchise in terms of dedicated loot farming and general gear grind is a big steer in a different direction than what we are all used to. I honestly don't think it's terrible, just a little bland. We no longer can farm a boss over and over for a chance of a gear drop that we have been looking for. We have to do a run over and over and over again to use the barf bunnies in hopes to receive a drop from a loot pool that is bigger and harder to sift through, let alone getting the gear chaotic volatile primordial is even worse. I do think the new mirror run is a great improvement, not talking length here, but speaking in terms of the variety of environments and enemy variety. The environments are beautifully designed and showcase some needed changes. The objectives are still time wasters and stale, but they have improved from the last one. The new boss has more variety, and the boss area in general I do believe is better than Chum's, but overall it's still the same thing. However, I do think the changes to the Wheel of Fate are amazing in my eyes. I actually view it as being a viable loot pool in time. All in all, I think the DLCs for this season pass, Coiled Captors, Gluttony's Gamble, etc. will be great and best experienced when they all have released. The loot pool will have grown not just for each run, but for the Wheel of Fate in general, and farming gear will be a reasonable task. Buffs and nerfs to gear and classes has really been strange and sometimes unwanted. The early game ability to receive a weapon that can carry you through the game is not the model of a looter shooter I think we want to see. Don't get me wrong, I love being able to melt bosses, but the ability to do so very early on makes the content the game does have go by extremely fast, and of course we all are going to get burnt out being able to level 4 raid bosses with no idea in our minds for failure. This makes the endgame content a breeze and easily stale and gets you to eventually burn out due to overachieving success. There's no sense of let's try to get through this new boss content. We know in our minds when a new boss comes out we can easily melt it. There is little to no sense of achievement here. It's just go do the run, see what new loot drops from the boss, and that's it. With this said, the game then just becomes grabbing loot mindlessly to better a build that never needed improvement to begin with. All in all, Wonderlands is still a great game at its core, and there is so much potential for this game to expand on. I would love to hear what you guys think, and I want to hear what kind of changes you guys would love to see for the game's future. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Drop a like on the video, it really helps the channel grow. Subscribe for more Wonderlands content, and as always guys, stay happy, stay hyped, have a beautiful day, and good luck looting.